it has come time to remove the strings. And I've marked up 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 frets are rocking slightly in the playing position. And it's just a little bit underbowed. And I don't want to straighten it out completely because in this position, when I get it all back together, is the position it's going to be in, and I want it to be all level in this position. Going to make a calculated risk on it and take the chances. I think I've tried it once before. Not sure it turned out well, but we'll see. So once we get these strings off, we're going to have to go after the frets, fretboard, and this tuner up here. We get to a point where it turns and then all of a sudden it reaches a tough spot right there. It starts to become really tough there. There must be something with the... Oh, there it is. And that's because I over-tightened it. That's why. I went too far the other way. That did get me on the back of the hand, but not too badly. Okay. Alright. So they just go in sideways on the ball, on the little pips that are coming out of that barrel on the Bigsby. Wind this up so it doesn't become a problem for me. Okay, so now this is off and it is floppy. Yeah. Right, well, when it flops back, it's resting on its own end piece here, which I've tightened to make sure they were in there good. Oh, and we have a loose washer here, fiber washer, in one side, and no fiber washer on the top side unless it flew out, but I didn't see anything fly out. No, I didn't see anything fly out. Well, I see there's been some grinding on the end of the springs. I saw somebody say they could grind that back to make it a little bit less high. It's not as high if you take out the fiber washer, wherever I put that, which I thought was right here. Oh, there it is. It was hiding on this white foam. Yeah, so if that's not in there, it's already better. Alright, we're going to put that up in the top. Do that. No, no, no. Okay. I'm going to tape that down there while I play around with everything else. That should be good enough to keep it from doing any damage. Okay, now let's see. Let's just see. There's not much there now that I've taken the tension off. Those are still valid. These are the narrow ones. I'll go with the 5. Let's see. Don't go too far with it. Because there are sharp ends. Let's see. Try the 7 side to help it not be so sharp. And you know, when this works, it's as good as using the triangle file. So these are really 5 size frets on my number 5 and number 7. 6105 and 6100. The 100 is the larger size. So just use the big side to go after these sharp ends. If I can get most of it off now, be less work with the small files later. Might be some edges that still need to be done. But at least the corners come off. And this also has the file protection on there to not do any damage to your binding or your fretboard, unless you really screw up, like I do sometimes. Now when you get down to here, you gotta remember there's a body there, and your stroke needs to be a little shorter. Oh, I got a little bit of binding on that one. Get the rest of it with the triangle. Up here, and what I want to do is to get this turned around. So I could get to the tuners. Up on this side. Come on, all the way down there. I did try the tightness of these, and they were snug. They were snug. Yeah, they're all good. But what I wanted to try... Oh, I'm going to take one off. I'm going to see if these Safu lockers are going to be better. Solid post. Positive response in both directions and 18:1 ratios. I just want to check the footprint. I had an impression that the body on these ones are a little bit larger. Than the standard size. I start to speak and I say things and then I pause while I'm doing something and then I get back to it. I know that's probably annoying for you, because when I read back and I'm doing video editing and I'm listening to it, I go, come on, speak up. I'm telling myself that. Whoa, that is really in there. Oh, shit, it's the wrong one. I took out the wrong screw. I turned it over, I'm still working on this side. Unscripted, Ted. There. Of course I I end up with the wrong one. Of course I would. Another one. That's better. These were a pretty recent buy on Temu. But let's just look at the footprint. Okay, footprint's good. It's my imagination. Turns out it's a 6mm, which I thought they were, and why I had the 6.5 wood I don't know. And it's as tight as it's going to go. Yeah, good feedback. Okay. I'm going to try all of these. They put one in each their own bag, right? I think these are probably made by Geiker. Ooh, really tight. Really nice. Tight, tight, tight. Yeah. No slop in that. Okay. It looks like we're going to have our new tuners on this. Sometimes these little bags are good for stuff. I keep them. 3x3s. The collars. Alright. So I might as well just take all the screws out. Take them all off now. And that way I'll be able to completely buff the back of the headstock and the front. Now this is a Gretsch budget guitar, right? Yeah. So at $889 is the list price. And at $889 we got the cheapest saddles, bridge, that you would get on sub $200 guitars on this guitar. And it's got a Bigsby on top of that, right? You're dealing with a Bigsby and you get the cheapest bridge you could ever have. And not roller. Not so good. So here we are. I mean, I could have gotten away with these tuners. I mean, you could if you want to. But I mean, look at, I didn't even take that collar out yet, and already I've got rocking in it. That one's not. That one is. That one is. But this one, well, they all are, but to a different degree. So I'm going to find the best of them, keep those, and then maybe I can make a set of tuners that are decent enough. Like if I was to get another Gretch and I had a few sloppy ones, I could take a couple of these that are not sloppy and just make it up. Okay. The holes are very nicely done. There's only some debris inside one of them here. Oh no, two of them. Buffing compound. Now, the cleanliness of this guitar and attention to details is better than, say, sub $500 guitars in general. Yeah. And the back. And the back. And the back. What does it look like underneath there? Okay. A little chippy around the edges. Have to be careful. Have to be careful. Okay. I'm gonna go off camera, sort these out, and then I'll be back. I'm just cleaning up these tuners now. All my fingerprints off of them to go in the holes. Fill up the headstock. I did the waxing and the cleaning. No biggie. Now I couldn't save any from the originals. Once I got into the details, turns out that when I was working with them alone by hand, yeah, they all had slop. One, like I said, wasn't as bad as the rest, but still, yeah, not that good to put in with a really good set. Okay, there's that. No, I'm not going to reuse this bag, so I can just take it off without having to fight with those damn little zippers. Now the original screws, I gotta check to see are they bigger or smaller. So these are relatively the same size. So if they're not, I usually put the originals back in because, you know, that was what the hole was made for. But in this case, they seem to be okay. I have lubricated all of those and spun them. So this is my preference to change these tuners. Like I said, could have gotten away with the other ones, especially after the roller bridge. But, you know, what the hell. I already had these here, waiting, just waiting for something to go into. I lost my bit. There it is. And let me just snuggeroo them on the front. And that is back where it's supposed to be. So get them close to the screw holes. So I can get them lined up, eh? See what I said about I start saying something and then I stop? And then I finish it? I think it's a mic trait. have to stay on there while I line these up. Come on. Oh, it's got to be a contrary. I got an extra screw in that bag as well. I think that one's in. Okay. Snuggles time. Double check. All good. They're all good. I mean, you'd think that a $900 guitar basically would come with locking tuners, because, you know, I've bought $500 guitars that have locking tuners. And also Chinese made. So it's not like say, oh well, it's different, you know. No, it's not. Same place. The Grand Republic of China. Well, not exactly the same manufacturer nonetheless, but still. Like any manufacturer over there can buy locking tuners. These are made there. Yeah. They could just as easily put them on there. There are little plastic covers on the backs of these things. I'm gonna take them off later. All right, that makes that a nice looking headstock. Yeah, it makes that a nice looking headstock. Indeed. Now, what was I going to do on the front? Oh yeah, on the front. Now I need to go back and finish these frets. Vacuumed, and now I thought, man, now that it's been sitting here for a while, let's double check, right? Oh, look at that. Rocker came back. Yeah, it came back, so it's not staying in there. It's not staying in there. So we're going to have to let it be what it wants to be. Yep. See? A hair. Alrighty. I am going to have to do some taping anyway to fix all the fret ends, and start with maybe an 800 to go back and forth on these frets and see if that'll clean them all up, the ones I didn't touch and the ones I touched. Or do I have to go a little bit lower, maybe a 600 for those, and then try to bring them up without having to go all the way back, because they're not all that bad. Like a 320 would just be very, very, very abrasive. So we can't go back that far. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm a little curious to see what's underneath these. I am. Well, from underneath, they look pretty much like a regular humbucker. The pocket is very clean. Neck pickup UPS BHK. Now they say a Filtertron, and a little bit of powder there in the corner, but nothing to really worry about. But they say a Filtertron has got less windings but bigger magnets compared to humbuckers that have more windings and smaller magnets in Gauss. Magnet strength. Yes, let me take a shot of this for ya. So there, that solves the big mystery of what's underneath. The hardware is nothing special, just a plastic like the pickguard with a silver on the back. Nothing special at this price point. Now I think this is what you would commonly find on the Fenders and the Gibsons at this price point and slightly higher. Pretty much the same stuff. Always going to be frets. Always going to be cleaning. It's pretty much always going to be tuner issues. And then you have to decide if you're going to live with it or not. Is it good enough for your purpose? Now, my purpose is really just to do this and make this the nicest guitar I can. And that when I pick it up, I really enjoy having it in my hands. When I tune it, the stability will be pretty good. My West Creek, I had it in the bag for a few weeks. I took it out. It was almost 100% in tune. And that guitar was under $400. Under $350 actually. Okay, so that's the mystery. That's what's under there. Alright, and now I'm going to have to do some taping to address the remaining work to do on these frets. See ya in a bit.